Now, how do you open a successful online business? Step by step. I personally, I have one, not even one, I have several. And I'm going to use my own self-example and tell you how I created those and how I did it and how you can be able to do it. By the way, if you are about to get out of this video, remember one thing, we are in the era of technology. And if you do not have an online presence in your business, you are doomed to fail. If you're selling shoes, if you're selling vegetables, if you're supplying water, if you're doing, you must have an online business. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my goodness, just if I don't have the courage to get myself a phone or a camera and be in front of video. You don't have to be. And I'm going to show you how exactly you can be able to do that by the end of this video. That's why I'm telling you, hey, by the way, for God's sake, this video is less than 15 minutes. Stick around, watch it to the end so that you get the entire, okay? And by the way, I upload this kind of videos each and every time in case you're watching me for the first time. Or in case you've been watching me without subscribing, come on, go ahead. Hit that like button, make sure that you subscribe, turn that notification bell, and leave a comment on the comment section. By the way, if you have any online business, tell me on the comment section. Let's get on the business, okay? The point number one, see, here we want to open what we call an online business, all right? We want to open a what? An online business, okay? So it's a business that has an online presence. This is what we call e-commerce. E-commerce. It means electronic commerce. Commerce means business and what have you. See, an online business. Please, first of all, unlearn what you usually tend to think what is an online business is. See, an online business, people tend to think, oh, I download a certain app and I go to a certain website, I click some buttons there and boom, I download some cash and I get money in my pocket. Nah, I'm not talking about that. There's other different ways you can actually have an online business. Okay, number one, you have to pick a niche. Pick a niche. Yeah, I know that sounds like a Greek. Oh, pick a niche. What does that mean? Fine, let me explain. See, when you say pick a niche, niche is a particular item, thing, service that you will handle. Pick a niche, a particular thing, item, or a service that you will handle. And not just that way, that you know. That you do what? That you know. Or comprehend. Are we together? See, you pick a niche. Okay? Now, what is my niche? My niche is finances, is investment, is anything related to money. Are we together? So I picked a niche which is about personal finance. I talk to people on how they can manage their finances. This is what you can be able to do. That is particular niche. If you go to YouTube channel, there are people who are vloggers, meaning they buy themselves a camera and then they travel all the world explaining to people how they do the thing. For example, I am Marwa. I follow him a lot, okay? And then you go to somebody else is actually picking a niche about cooking. They are very good at cooking, then they do that. Anyway, the point is I'm not telling you to start making videos about particular thing. No, you see that business that you're doing right now, or if you do not have a business, you can do this. I have met variety of clients who are selling their things online and they are doing okay. There are three areas if you leverage on, you can actually make money online. Number one, the very first place where you can actually sell your item. But before I reach there, I said pick a niche. Once you decide what you're going to be selling, let's say you have identified that you can get these nice watches. Maybe you're getting this watch, say, at 200, and then you can sell it at 300. That's 100 bob difference. Are we together? Okay? You can be like, you know what? I can actually sell baby items or baby clothing, baby anything, baby product. Okay? You can decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy sneakers. And listen, you do not have to go ahead and have a whole stock with you for you to be able to do that. So pick a niche, pick an item that you want to be selling. Let's say you decide to be selling a what? I'm going to start with a very simple thing. Let's say you decide to be selling what? Something like a what? Earrings, for example. Let's say you're going to be selling earrings, or let's say you're going to be selling what? Watches, for instance, okay? Let's say you're going to sell either of those or the two of them, okay? Now, this is the niche that you've actually done what? You've picked. What do? You go ahead, you study. I know when I say study, you think like I'm telling you to go back to school. No, we have the AI. Go search this information on the AI and ask them, At what percentage people do wear watches nowadays, and how can I actually make the business online when I'm selling these watches? Who can I target, and how can I sell it, and what have you? You simply want to get the AI to explain to you, how does the market look like, dimensions of the market, and what have you? How many people am I looking at to attract for my particular business, and what have you? Everything is in the AI. We have DeepSeek nowadays. We have ChatGPT. You can be able to gather this information within a click of a button. You get a whole analysis, even in that particular country that you are in, or that particular city that you are in. Are we together? So you understand the niche that you've picked, you can actually relate to the clients that you can get out there. Are we together? Now, after doing that, then you ask yourself, how do I popularize? How do I popularize the product or the service or the item? Are we together? Now, how do you do that? You can go ahead and do what we call the ads. Are we together? The ads. And this is where I was going by when I was telling you the best place where you can actually sell items, you can actually sell them on the IG, that is Instagram. That is where you go pay for the ads, for that product to be shown to different people, flashy things and what have you. Then you can actually leave your contact there, leave some traces on how you can be able to be contacted, and have a ways on how you can deliver that particular item. And this is how it goes. All right. See, once somebody sees that particular ad, okay, and then they show interest on purchasing that particular watch, that earring, or that particular sneaker, or whichever or whatever you are selling, then they can actually get to the inbox of your company. All right, it doesn't have to be a company necessarily, that particular sole proprietorship that you've actually started. And then you can tell them, hey, you know what, that item that you've actually selected, it costs say 200. All right. And obviously, that 200, let's say they want to decide to buy like 4 of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them. You tell them, for me to ferry that particular thing, it cost only 150 shilling to actually ferry that particular item to your location. What does it mean? Say you're selling this product from Nairobi, and someone in Nakuru has actually shown interest of that particular item. You tell them it will cost you 150 shilling to deliver that 200 thing worth. Be like, that's not economically viable. That's why you can buy several, so that you can leverage on the amount. That's why you find, or they can decide. For example, I saw somebody selling what we call the baby items, or they can decide to sell some sneakers or something else. And then they'll be like, you know what, maybe per week I'll be buying, say, a shirt. So when I reach, say, a particular number of shirts, say 3, 4, 5, then you can be able to do what? To ferry that, and they can be able to do what? Pay that transport system, or that transport cost. If they're buying from the same city that you are in, you can decide to be delivering that particular product physically. You can liaise with what we call them? These riders. And then the rider, a trustable and a reliable rider, obviously. Then that rider can actually deliver that particular item. If you can give them the authority to get the money from the client, well and good. If you find that not okay with you, you can have a payment number, for example, a till number. Then they can be able to pay you. Then you can confirm the recipients of the money. Then you can go ahead and do what? Authorize the release of that particular item. See, pick a niche, be able to run the ads on the IG. And I said IG is one of the best areas where you can run the ad. Another thing that is actually coming at a very high rate is actually the TikTok. You can actually do ahead. You can run some ads on the TikTok. Another thing that follows that in this category, you find that you can run a very successful ads on what we call the Facebook. We still have a lot of people who are actually doing on the Facebook. And then you can go ahead and do what? On the YouTube ads. Probably you watching this video, there is an ad that's actually closed there, and you'll be like, oh my, that is somebody actually advertising their own business. And by the way, if you didn't know, that is exactly how we get paid. Okay, now see, that particular way, you're actually getting yourself a what? An online business. Why? It is a business where you're selling product, but you're doing so online. Listen, you don't have the permit, you don't have the what you call the physical location, meaning you don't have like you don't have the 4 walls with you, meaning you don't have a place where you're paying your rent, but you can decide to pay what we call obviously pay the permits and the license, the taxes must be paid and what have you. See, what I'm trying to simply show you here, you can actually create a business and have a system that you're doing and selling your product online. Now, let's go to me. How am I running my own business? Don't forget, I'm a writer. I got myself 9 books. I have booklets on MMF, bills, bonds, shares, stocks, circles, rates, all those business plans and what have you. See, now that is a particular thing that I'm selling. It's more of a service than it is a product. And I come in here, probably at the end of this video, I'm going to sell my product. I'm going to be like, you know what? Thank you for watching this video. And by the way, if you're interested in any particular product, for example, my booklet as far as MMF is concerned, bills is concerned, creating online business is concerned, you can get that copy and you can learn more. I am selling, isn't it? Or hey, guess what? If you would like us to have a discussion, either virtually or physically, we can actually have that discussion. You can contact me, then we can talk. I am in particular business, okay? See, when you want to create an online business, does not mean necessarily you have to be working for, see, people have this mentality of a job. You see, you go online looking for something that you can do. You look for a gig you can do, but you're approaching it with a mentality of a job. For example, I told somebody you can learn a digital marketing and you can start offering your services out there and be like, oh, will I get a certificate? And you'll be like, oh my goodness, you're confining everything into a paper. You know, you must have a get a certificate. You don't have to. For example, I do have people who edit my videos. I did not even ask them, what are your qualifications? I did not even ask them, what did you study university? I did not ask them, bring your papers. I don't care. Can you edit my videos? Yeah, you can. Fine and good. Boom, you just edit. I don't care. You can do it. Go ahead and do that. Even if you never gone to university, even if you, but can you edit? If you go to a Premiere Pro, if you go to CapCut and edit, can you do that? Yes, I can do that. Go ahead. We're in job, we're in that. I mean, let's get off this mentality of job and papers and what have you, because otherwise, if you continue like that, then we're gonna have yourselves into lots of problems, and that can actually result into us not even stretching ourselves to the maximum. Okay, now creating a successful business online, it first of all, it requires a lot of patience, okay? Because you see, you're getting yourself into these waters whereby there's some big fish who have been there for quite a big long time. But the point is, this is an area so far has not been, what can I say? I'm looking for a better term to describe this. This is an industry where has not actually been exhausted in terms of the opportunities. You find there's some businesses that don't even have an online presence. You find a very big established business don't even have a website. You cannot even get their services from their website. So it's the high time. What are you even selling? You're selling even vegetables. You're selling whatever. Make videos about whatever you're selling. Be out there. Hey, if you need fresh, vegetables right from the, my garden, or right from the garden, or something, whatever the creative way you can actually frame that, then you can be able to have that ad running out there. And maybe probably you can even call people who do the photography and videography and something like that, and they can actually take your very professional video. Although it will cost you a lot, of which I don't see the essence of you having them when you're starting. You can actually decide to record yourself, buy yourself a tripod, or buy yourself a gimbal, buy yourself something that can hold your phone and whatever. Just record that, whatever you do, post it out there and let the people. And then be not on in the areas of advertisement, be on the areas of educating people. We are off the area of actually advertising things. We actually educate people. Tell the people, hey, if you'd like to, like there are people whom I follow who sell cars, and they tell you, hey, these are the steps that you follow before you buy a car so that you don't get scammed. You're not advertising yourself, you're actually educating them. Most people will actually listen to that video because they don't get scammed. You educate them. Then after educating them, then you can sell your product. That is how it goes. And by the way, if you would like to buy a car in a very legit way, that is our number. You can contact me. I can be able to take you through that. Rather than saying, hey, do you want to buy a car? You can, it's boring, all right? Just educate people, then sell at the end of the video. That is, or sell in between your videos. Just find a way of educating people and selling your thing along the way. That is exactly how you can be able to do your thing. So basically, that is exactly how you run an online business. And I'm telling you what, you can be able to do it. And again, if you need me to teach you on how to do this, just like I said, go ahead and pick that number of mine from the description of this particular video. Let's do the business. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.